Good morning, true crime friends. How y'all doing? Listen, if you know me at all, you know I love true crime. I also love crafting. Sometimes worlds collide and these two things come together. Honey, when I tell you this story, you are not going to believe it. But don't you worry, no one dies in this story. I mean, not really. Hold on for the ride of Mystical Creations Yarn. But first, you know what you need to do. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hype this video. Also share out this madness that I call a YouTube channel. Me and you, we're gonna get to 30,000 subscribers together. First, many thanks to Carrie Craft Geek, who has encyclopedic knowledge of this story. This is the story of Danielle Glunt and the little online shop that she created called Mystical Creations Yarn. We're gonna call it MCY because, you know, I can't be saying all those complicated words. So look, roll your mind back. It's 2003. The internet is bright and shiny and new and really rudimentary back then. It's what they call Internet 1.0, where you could like look at stuff, but you really couldn't interact with it. You could just look and be like, oh, that's pretty. Let me pick up this landline phone here and dial people and call them and order the things that I like, right? So this Danielle, she's like, you know what I love doing? I love yarn dyeing. She made hand-painted yarns. Oh, beautiful colors, bright colors, all swirls and sparkling and stuff. And everybody was like, oh, girl, you are real good at this. You should open a store. And so she opened a store and her product was really good. Reportedly, allegedly, she had a great product at a great price. You know what crafters love? In addition to a fantastic product, oh, honey, a deal. Who does not love a deal? So Danielle is picking up her phone and taking orders. You could email her and be like, hey girl, hey, I would like the fairy pink and some of the yellow, send. And then she would send you an invoice and you would pay her and everybody's happy, right? You get your beautiful yarn. She got that lovely cash. Everything was going good. The store goes for 2 years and it's going like gangbusters. Everybody loves her product. And she's like, there's got to be an easier way to sell. Somebody should invent an e-commerce platform. Enter eBay and Etsy. She opened stores on both and she's just like, oh my God, this is so good. But wait, now that everybody can get access to this yarn, there's too many colors. It's too many people. It's too many orders. I'm only one person. Keep in mind, she was just one lady who was like a wife and a mom and she had other stuff going on. And she's like, oh, wait. Let me put up a little announcement. Excuse me, everybody. I need to put this store on pause for right now because I have too many orders. And then when I get caught up, I'll be back. So she presses the pause button on her little store. And so for 6 months, no orders, right? Do you know Ravelry? Now listen. Ravelry is a crafting website, knitting, crochet, all the things. I am terrified of Ravelry because if you get on the wrong side of Ravelry, your life's not going to go good. I'm scared to even mention Ravelry on this site for fear that the knitters might come after me, right? Ravelry opened up a dedicated forum to that they called Mystical Creations Chat. What you do not want is for the nice people over at Ravelry to be on your behind. So they were like, hey girl, hey, have you seen this Mystical Creations yarn? It is really wonderful, but where's my order? Right? So then this crafting podcast, yes, there are crafting podcasts called Lime and Violet, started talking about MCY. And they're like, oh, here on our Craftcast, we love MCY. And because of that mention, of course, the yarn goes like super viral and business explodes. And so little Danielle is over there dyeing her fingers to the bone, like trying to get orders out or whatever. Now a couple of years has gone by and customers start to complain. Well, you know, they have that dedicated Ravelry site. So they're like, dear Ravelry, dear other listeners, it's just like a chat forum where people can talk back and forth. And customers start to complain and they complain and complain. And then one lady is like, wait, because you can post pictures on Ravelry. Now, do you have to pay like $2 to post pictures? Yes, you do, because Ravelry thinks it's still 2003. Now I'm living in terror that them Ravelry hit people are going to come after me. Please don't tell them my government name. Anyway, This lady is like, I bought this beautiful red yarn and I'm going to make this lovely shawl. Oh, and I went to rinse it and it's not color fast. Non-knitters, non-crafters. What that means is when she put it in water, all the color came out. Now it stayed red, but the red bled onto everything. Child looked like a crime scene. Well, you know, the crafters were having none of that. The Ravelry ladies had very, very much to say about the madness, and they became very vocal in the MCY chat, right? Danielle was like, wait, everybody calm down. I see you have created an entire board on Ravelry that's dedicated just to me, but everything is fine. Look, my product is still good. That one lady got yarn with one little problem. Can everybody just like turn down the heat? You know what causes people to not calm down? Telling them to calm down. So Danielle is like, my competitors are just jealous and throwing shade at me. I am still doing fantastic. And then shortly after this, everything is fine. Y'all, please stop talking bad about me. Her Etsy store closes. And people are like, okay, that's okay. She still got that eBay thing going, so we're not going to worry about it. And so then she starts opening other stores. And people are like, what's happening? She closed one store. She opened another store. Is it like a quality problem? I don't know what's going on. So, you know, them Ravelry ladies got nothing but free time and plenty of bandwidth. They're like, don't you worry about us. We're going to have an investigation. The old ladies, the lovely people over at Ravelry start to, a complete investigation. Y'all, now look, when I investigate something, I put it in, you know, let Uncle Google give it a little search. Let Auntie Bing tell me what's going on. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I investigated. What more do you want from me? I might even see if there's some YouTube videos about it. But after that, I'm just like done. You know what I mean? The Ravelry people turned the whole mystical creations thread into a complaint thread. You know the way people like to complain. And they were like, I didn't get the color I wanted. I want a refund. And so suddenly Danielle posted on the Mystical Creations stores or a notice to say, listen, we're very sorry. The owner, Danielle, is very sick. We are doing the very best we can. We will send you out, well, whatever yarn we feel like sending you. We're trying to fulfill orders, but it's a very, very sensitive situation. Please don't ask us too many questions. We won't be able to send you things in a timely manner, but we will send you what we can as our sister is in the hospital. And people were like, is this Danielle's sister saying she's in the hospital? What's happening? The message goes on, please pray for Miss Danielle. Love the family. You know, those investigators over at Ravelry were like, There's so many complaints. Something about this is wrong. Something in the milk ain't clean. I don't think the heifer's sick. Well, you know, a fake illness. These ladies are like, let me see what Auntie Bing has to say. Let's see what's happening. And they were saying to each other, well, wait, did you get your money? No, I didn't get my money. I got some yarn and it ran all over me. Well, what color did you order? I ordered green. Well, I ordered pink. You got pink and I got green. Our orders got switched in the mail. Oh, it is a situation. And then finally, this little poster goes on and says, one of the posters on Ravelry is like, I think MCY is taking advantage of us because there was a recent death among the crafting world. This woman called Mama Monkey. And ever since Mama Monkey passed away, everyone has been so upset and we get real sensitive when we hear somebody is sick. But like, maybe Danielle's not really sick. She's just taking advantage of our grief. As an unrelated aside, Mama Monkey had faked her own death, but that's another story for another day, right? So then this poster, Susan, comes on and she's like, look, I am a longtime Ravelry member, and I just want you to know that Danielle is in fact sick. She's in the hospital. She's dying of leukemia. Her sisters are there trying to help out. Now listen, the sisters don't know how to dye yarn. They're beginners at it. But if you want to get a good sale, go on and buy up some of their stock. They're selling everything on clearance. So people were like, oh, okay, maybe she's faking, maybe she's not, but we're going to get a good deal. Let me tell you something. I don't care if the heifer is sick or not. If I could get myself a good deal and it could be mailed expeditiously, yes, please, I would like to take some of that. Then this same poster, Susan, comes back and says, I'm so embarrassed. It appears that I got scammed, and Danielle might not really be sick. I don't know what's going on over there. So this other helper, Claudine, who used to work with Danielle, is like, look, y'all, I know her for real, for real. She's not sick and she has no sisters. Don't believe anything she says. So them little Ravelry investigators were like, no. Listen, I didn't order yarn myself, but if you ordered yarn and you ordered yarn and you didn't get your money and you didn't get the yarn and you didn't get a refund, what you need to do is call the Attorney General, because that is fraud. And if the Attorney General won't help you, you do the only thing you could do, call the FBI. Y'all, why are people calling the FBI about yarn? It matters so much because it matters so little. You know what I mean? You know the type. You have seen these beefs go back and forth about all kinds of things here on the interwebs. Y'all thought this was new. This was happening back in the early aughts. Folks were calling the FBI over yarn beef. Oh my God. Then the craft casters, Lime and Violet, go online and they're like, hey, y'all, hey, the FBI just reached out to me about Mystical Creations yarn, and they are conducting a complete investigation. Now, were they actually conducting an investigation, or were they just calling to get additional information? Unclear. We don't know. But the very next day, Mystical Creations Yarns puts up a post on all of their stores, on their sites, or everything. We are sad to report that Danielle has passed away. And everybody's like, oh, clutching their pearls and stuff, right? It's like, please bear with us. I'm crying so hard I can barely write this. Love, Margaret. And everybody's like, who is Margaret? I never heard of a Margaret. Them Ravelry folks was like, dear Uncle Google, who is Margaret? Turns out Danielle's government name is Danielle Margaret Glunt. Okay. The day after Danielle dies, a new hand-painted yarn store opens called Margaret's Hand-Painted Yarn Store. It's a memorial store so that everybody can remember poor Danielle. Y'all, what in the crazy nonsense is happening? 2 days after that, people on Ravelry was like, hey girl, hey, we have sightings of Danielle. You know the way we be out here looking for Wendy Adelson and other assorted ne'er-do-wells? People in the yarn community are like, we like God, we everywhere. I'm going to keep an eyeball peeled and we're going to see if we see this happen. They kept eyes out and people all over town started spotting Danielle alive and well and just pushing a cart in Walmart. And somebody went on there and was like, well, I just spoke to Danielle last week. How did she die 2 weeks ago if I spoke to her last week? And then it happened. Somebody went on the Ravelry forum and they were like, not only did I see her in Walmart, I caught her red-handed. Yes, she was in Walmart with dye on her hands. It was red dye. Y'all, it took me all the way out. I absolutely could not with the drama of the crafting world. P.S. The crafting world is known to have this kind of drama on a regular basis. In fact, there are entire sections of YouTube devoted to crafting drama. I will never get over it. I refuse. I love it so much. Anyway, after that, a new character appears on the scene. Screen name Abracadabra 20. The Abracadabra seems to exist only to defend Danielle. Maybe this is one of her sisters. Maybe this is one of her cousins. Who knows? Well, them Ravelry heifers was just like, we got to investigate. And so they send an email to Abracadabra 20 to find out what's going on. Like, hey girl, hey, why you up here just defending Mystical Creation Yarns? And so Abracadabra 20 writes back, now free time and Wi-Fi, the Ravelry heifer was like, let me just... So she ran a trace on the IP address and she discovered that Margaret and Abracadabra and Danielle were all the same person. Who has this kind of free time? I am living for it. Anyway, Abracadabra finally comes back on Ravelry and she's like, what is it that y'all want? And people were like, we want the truth and we want refunds. And Abracadabra was like, right. And then disappears. Then a new poster on Ravelry comes along called Mystical Creations Yarn. Now, is Danielle back from the dead? Unclear. She just wants to go on there and she's like, hey, y'all, hey, I just want you to know that Mystical Creations Yarns has closed as a business. I hope y'all move on with your life. Refunds will be sent as fast as humanly possible. Can y'all get off my Astropithecus because I really, really cannot take it. And then after that, Mystical Creations Yarns, the user, also Margaret, also Danielle, also Abracadabra, all disappear from Ravelry, never to be heard from again. Here's the thing that's crazy. The dedicated board about Mystical Creation Yarns continues for another 6 years. Look, you think these true crime folks can't let go of stuff? You want somebody to be petty and small-minded and hang on to something? Grafters. You know how I know? Because I'm one of them. I'll see you next crime.